So, we are still in the chapter on liberty. Article 19 to 22 deals with various aspects of liberty. We have seen Article 19 quite elaborately, the 6 basic freedoms are there. Now, I would like to talk about Article 20 and its various dimensions. These are very important. In fact, Article 20 and the protection in respect of conviction for offences. The protection in respect of conviction for offences. So, if you are about to be convicted for an offence, and if you are accused for an offence, and when you are about to be punished, what are the protections you have, what all rights you have? Very important. In fact, Article 20 and even 21, these are two fundamental rights which cannot be suspended even during national emergency. Just imagine, we can suspend all the fundamental rights except Article 20 and 21 during national emergency. So, this is very important. During national emergency, under Article 352, Article 20 and 21 cannot be suspended. So, that means it is very important. No suspension even during national emergency. So, what are they? There are 3 provisions in Article 20. Very interestingly, there are 3 rights under Article 20. Article 21, the first one, which we can briefly, or rather it can be called as what you call ex post facto legislation. Ex post facto legislation. That means after a particular incident has happened, a new law should not be made to punish for something which was done before. So, that retrospective effect should not be there. So, it says, Article 21 says, no person shall be convicted of an offence except for violation of a law in force at the time of the commission of the act. You can be convicted for an offence except for violation. Okay, so no person shall be convicted for an offence except for a violation of a law. That means a person can be convicted for an offence, if that for the violation of a law, for an offence that is a violation of the law, in force. That is very important. The law which is in force at the time of the commission of the act. A violation of the law in force at the time of commission of the act. That means you can be punished for an offence for the violation of a law or for a violation of a law if that law is in force at that time. If a law is already there and if you violated the law, for that violation you can be punished, and a person cannot be charged, or rather he cannot be subject to, or again a person cannot be asked to pay a larger penalty if such a law is made subsequently, nor he cannot be subject to a penalty greater than which is in force at that time, or a person cannot be forced to pay a greater penalty than what is in force at that time, than what is in force at the time of commission of the act. So, at the time of your action, what is the penalty there? If for say spitting in public, I am just giving a crude example, if you spit in public, if it is an offence, and when you did that action, if 50 rupee is the fine for spitting in public, you cannot be charged more than that by saying that subsequently the punishment has gone up. So, you cannot be asked to pay a higher penalty if the penalty has been increased subsequently. So, two things: a person can be punished only for the violation of a law which is in force at the time of commission of the act, and a person cannot be asked to pay more penalty if at the time of the commission of the act if the penalty is less, and there cannot be, most importantly. So, this means, this act means article 21, article 21 means no retrospective criminal law. You cannot make a law with a backdate effect, which starts from a backdate. You cannot do. But please remember, there is an exception to 20. But if it is a civil law, or maybe if it is a tax, but a retrospective tax can be imposed. Okay, there can be tax with a backdate. But this is exclusively article 21 for exclusive criminal laws. No retrospective criminal law, and this Parliament can make a law for a retrospective tax and all, but there cannot be a retrospective criminal law, and there cannot be any increase in punishment subsequently, and is applicable only the criminal legislation. In criminal law you cannot make it retrospectively. In civil laws you can do it, but not for criminal law. So, article 21, no ex post facto legislation. So, the bottom line is article 21 says there cannot be, you cannot make a law after after you committed something, after you did something, and then using that new law you cannot be punished for what you did before. Okay. So, that is no ex post facto legislation, article 21, but a retrospective tax can be imposed. And but one more point I would like to add here, but if subsequently if there is a relaxation, in law, or if there is a benefit in an ex post facto law, if there is benefit for the accused in ex post facto law. See, for example, when you committed the crime, the fine is 500 rupees, but subsequently the law was changed, the fine has been reduced to 50 rupees. By the time you reach the court, this new law is in force. So, you can claim the benefit of the new law, but you should not be asked to pay more if the law has enhanced the punishment. So, the accused in the relaxation law, if there is a benefit for the accused in the ex post facto law, it can be claimed. You can claim the benefit of the ex post facto law, but if the punishment is enhanced, you will not be punished with the enhanced one. You will be punished with only the law or the punishment which was there at the time of the commission of the act. So, that is the meaning of no ex post facto legislation. And number 2, article 22 says no double jeopardy. Double jeopardy, meaning no person shall be prosecuted and punished for the same offence more than once. No person shall be prosecuted and punished for the same offence more than once. For the same offence more than once, meaning if you committed a crime, suppose you jumped a red light, you violated a traffic signal, traffic law, for that offence you can be punished only once. For the same offence of, so suppose at 2:30 p.m. in the, in X junction, you violated a law, violated the traffic rule. Now, for that crime at 2:30 p.m. at that junction, you can be punished only once. But after some time, after half an hour, if you violate again, you can be punished again. That is a different thing. I am saying that at 2:30 p.m., when you committed a violation of the law at, say, X junction or Y junction, and for that violation you can be punished once. You cannot be punished twice. That means there cannot be. You cannot say, the state cannot say that maja nahi aaya, I want to punish you again. You cannot do that. You can be punished for the same crime only once, and as per the law you can be punished. You cannot be done second. But yes, for a civil servant, but for a government employee, for a civil servant, if you commit a crime, and if you cheat or if you take bribe as a civil servant, civil servants will be dismissed from service, and the court also will punish you. So you cannot call it as a double punishment. It is a punishment for the same crime, and there will be two punishments. One is you are dismissed, plus you will be sent to jail also. But that will not be termed as a double punishment. So anyway, so the meaning is no double jeopardy, Article 22. And Article 23, no self-incriminating evidence. 23, prohibition against self-incrimination. Prohibition against self-incrimination. Self-incrimination means a person cannot be asked to be a witness against himself. A person cannot be a witness against himself, or a person cannot be punished based on the confession he made in front of the police. I may confess. See, if the police torture me, if the police put me pressure, I may confess in front of the police that I have done this, that and all. But you cannot be punished only because I confessed in front of the police. There should be circumstantial evidence, there should be other evidences, it should be convinced, the magistrate should be convinced. So this is called no self-incriminating evidence. In fact, the cardinal principle of criminal justice is a person, an accused, should be presumed to be innocent. An accused should be presumed to be innocent till the contrary is proved. Till the opposite is proved. That means till the offense is proved, it is the duty of the prosecution to prove the offense. Till till it is proved that you are you have done the crime, you should be presumed to be innocent. So if I admit in front of the police because of the pressure, because of the torture, because of the third degree treatment, if I say that yes, I did the crime, that does not mean that I should be punished by the magistrate in the court. The court will look into evidences. It should be proved beyond doubt that yes, I have done the crime. It is not my confession. But please remember, in front of the magistrate, you should not confess. That is why every lawyer will tell you, if you are accused of a crime, the lawyer will tell you that if you are asked by the magistrate, you should always tell that I did not do it. I am innocent. You should tell I am innocent, and it is the duty of the prosecution to prove that you have done the crime. You cannot be punished only on the basis of your admission or your confession. So, Article 23 says that prohibition against self-incrimination. You cannot be forced to give a witness against yourself. Your confession cannot be a reason for your punishment, confession alone. There should be evidence, and in front of the magistrate you have a right to say that I am innocent, and it is the duty of the prosecution to prove it. So, these three fundamental rights are there before punishment. One is, a law cannot be made after you committed the action and then punish you based on the new law. So, no ex post facto legislation. Then no double jeopardy. You cannot be punished twice for the same action or same offense. And number three, you cannot be forced to give evidence against yourself, or you should not be punished only because of your confession. There should be enough evidence against you. It is the duty of the prosecution to prove your offense. So, these are the three vital provisions at the time of conviction under Article 20, and these three rights are, it cannot be suspended even during national emergency. These rights, these fundamental rights are, cannot be suspended during national emergency. Also, that shows the importance of it. So, it is very, very important, and Article 20 protects our liberty. Otherwise, what will happen? A new government can punish you. They can make a new law. You do something, government will watch, and then the government make a law saying that you did this, okay, 2 years before, for that I am punishing you now. I am making a law, and using this law I want to punish you. That will be the spirit. So, every opposition leader will be in jail then, especially if an authoritarian government is there. So, Article 20 ensures that this witch hunting or a new government will not be able to harass you unnecessarily beyond a point. Even then, there are a lot of provisions which can be used to harass you, but Article 20 protects your liberty. So, that is the provision of Article 20, very important for a democracy.